Hello and welcome to our latest Gemini Rogues video. This is awesome, this tank. This is the mercenary tank, the Hardcase Killer 05. Now I'll ask you a question first. Would you advise someone to waste many hours grinding this?
It's not a fun tank for me. I don't really enjoy playing it. It's not something I look at in garage and think, I'm going to take this out.
Well, tell us a bit further on then if it's worth it or not.
Well, what is it made up of? Basically, we'll start from top, and it's got a turret off a 113 heavy tank, Chinese, which is tier 10. So
okay.
Pretty sturdy there. The gun, out of many things, but predominantly known for being the T54, the 100mm gun. The engine is also out of a T54, the V14, and then the rest of it is off a T10, the tier 9 heavy on the Russian side.
Okay.
And then it's had scaffolding, slabs, and
those
God
slabs
knows,
are concrete.
I don't know what they are on it, but they slabbed all over it, and they do weigh it down. You do know they're there,
Okay.
but they are spaced armour. So
yeah.
we'll come to that when that point. So we'll have some statistics. So that V14 engine produces 700 brake horsepower, which is okay in a medium tank, but not the best in an heavy.
Weighed down with concrete.
The 100mm D54 gun is pretty much the same as on the T54 with some subtle differences, but we'll come to that when we go through the game. 320 damage, but only 219 pen, which is not bad in a medium tank when you're flanking, but is not great in heavy face-to-face brawl. The turret, pretty good. Like I said, it's a strong turret. It's tier 10 turret, 290mm frontal armour, 180 on sides, 80 on rear. Traverse, it's really bad, 27 on the actual, and then 24 on the turret. Impressive view range though, 400 metres, and then a 750 metre signal range as well.
Does that signal range and view range help?
Well, when you can get there, if you know what I mean, it's actually physically getting in towards where the actual action is taking place is the tricky part, to be honest with you.
Yeah, is it slow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, it's got a medium tank engine in it, and it is an heavy tank. And then not only is it an heavy tank, like we said before, it's had numerous things bolted, welded, slapped onto the sides of the hull and the turret. So it is what it is, basically.
Is there any brown on there? Lots of brown.
There's lots of boredom. I mean, it's the same again. You have to take quite a few premium rounds as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the premium rounds are pretty good, 330 mil a pen, but the heat rounds as well. So you've got to remember, spaced armour's not your friend when you're firing heat, but your standard rounds have only got 219 pen.
Okay.
So this is a tier 9, so you're going to see the big boys of this world, the tier 10s, but you're also going to see the 7s, so it's okay if you do that. But as is always a tradition with mercenary tanks, you do not get top tier matches very often. It's a constant tier 10 fest. It's very rare. I think we've got one video on here we managed to get a replayer actually being top tier. It just never seems to happen. We've seen this before where you get a tier 4 and it just gets tier 6 matches constantly.
Do you have a good game then in that top tier?
Not really.
Because I can see the disadvantages. You're like slow as the slug and they're fast. Even the heavies are fast in tier 7.
Yeah. I mean, you see the equipment. I've gone for a gun ram at the events just to try and get that.
Oh, you got camo on it. Awesome.
Some bit of camo. It shows up quite well with the slab sides.
Yeah, there's lots of tank for it to go on.
Yeah, there's plenty of it to go on. I mean, I'll talk about the subtle differences between that gun while we're putting some camo on it.
Go on then.
The difference is the exact same stats as the T54, apart from the reload. It takes longer to reload on the Hardcase. 9.3 second reload, which is a second and a bit more than the T54.
Wow.
So it's 8.2 on a T54 and we're up to 9.3 on this. But there's a little bit of a plus point. It aims in a little bit quicker, 2.3 second aim time on the Hardcase compared to 2.9, and it's also a little bit more accurate, 0.35 on the accuracy compared to 0.39.
Okay. Oh, look at spaced armour on that.
There's a lot of spaced armour on this thing, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's a T10 hull, and it's not something I've really struggled with before.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Are they saying they've not really improved it by slapping?
I mean, its power to weight ratio 11.97, which is pretty poor. 38 km/h top speed, but it's really tricky to get up to that. A 13 km reverse. It is. I mean, we've already mentioned that gun, 6.45 rounds per minute. Gun depression of 7 degrees, carries 50 rounds as well. The gun's good on a T54, that's a medium. When you're flanking, you can get around the sides of things. It's not so good on a face-to-face brawler like the Hardcase is. Yeah,
I'm letting you go from.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm not disputing
the
your
view
facts,
range is
man.
good, 400 metres again, but it's hard to make use of it because you're so slow. Normally everybody's spotted, you know where everybody is before you even get there, so it's not like it's an advantage. Signal range again, 750 metres.
Well protected.
It's pretty good.
Ooh.
And then the ammo racks are pretty much everywhere. We already know about the shell velocities on the T54 gun.
It's pretty high.
I mean, it's going to be hard to try and hit them ammo racks, to be fair, with armour and where they're actually positioning things. So it's not got to worry about that. It's not like the frontally mounted like on your British
Look at the people on it, man.
Yeah, they're all spaced out, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're miles away.
Diddy, tiny people. Tiny. They're Chinese.
Not that small.
No.
And then we come to the armour. It's okay, it's stand-uppy, but that frontal plate and the upper hull on the T10 are not known for being the strongest armoured Tier 10, Tier 9 heavies out there.
Yeah.
They can quite easily be penned, and you suddenly find yourself trying to near enough go out sideways rather than frontally, because you seem to have better armour the more sideways that you go. You can see that spaced armour on the side there.
It's pretty awesome.
Lower plates on the side, turret ring at 40mm, but it's not really got an issue. Top of the turret you can see there, if you can drop an artillery shell on it. I mean, most of this armour, it's like saying it's on a 50mm box. It's got a big massive slab behind it, see it?
Yeah,
it's quite well protected in that regard.
Skirt on there,
but there's that little bit of that weak spot just under you see it there, under the gun, that can be penned very easily. It's 60mm.
Ooh, look at the angle on it.
Yeah, it's 60mm, so if people shoot you there, I mean, it's pretty hard for you to cover that up, other than the fact that you can't be able to shoot back anyway, because it's right next to your gun.
Yeah.
Sides again, they're not impressive numbers, but you've got to remember all that spaced arm on the side. But the T10 has its friend in mobility. You're a quick, heavy tank. You can get it around, you can get to positions, you can move back, you can drop back. You can't do that in an Hardcase.
Okay.
It just will not happen.
That's
it's only 120mm thick, look. The front of the ult is only 120mm
look
thick.
At the angle on it.
You'd be surprised. It's not going to block a lot. You're not blocking a lot in that.
You got any random red bits on this?
We've got some red bits coming up.
We've got some random yellow bits.
On the turret front. But I mean, if you can hit them cupolas, you're doing well.
Yeah, they're pretty
really well to it,
flat, aren't they? Then?
And they're still quite armoured as well.
Yeah.
Sides of the turret you can see are there 180mm thick, so you're not guaranteed to pen this from the side, especially with it being curved. There's a little bit of random rabbit for you.
Oh, here you go.
Top of the gun, man. There's the turret face. So pretty much, if you can get this all down,
you
can be all down. Yeah, it will work. It's just doing that. As well as we're only 7 degrees of gun depression, getting to all down positions is not easy.
Okay.
It's an heavy tank. You could do it in a medium, not so much in this.
Why has it got medium tank bits on it then if it's heavy tank?
It's a mercenary, it's what they've bodged back together.
But why not go heavy tank bits on a heavy tank? There's plenty of heavy tanks to choose from.
Yeah, true. We're trying to get in that slash all down angle position.
Yeah.
With the gun, can't do anything about that guy.
No.
Cannot touch a Centurion all down.
Okay.
I've just not got the accuracy on the gun to try and pick out weak spots, and I ain't got the pen to go straight through, but we'll try his best. Try a bit of HE, see if we can make him back up a little bit. HE, nothing. I mean, the HE rounds are pretty much useless. You see I don't carry a lot. 50 pen.
Yeah.
50 pen for only 420 damage.
Was you saving them for artillery?
I mean, you can see there we've done a minuscule amount of damage. It's just, basically all I'm trying to do is make him back up, thinking I can damage him, and he's going to try and reposition, and it don't work. He's not daft. But you've got to try what you've got to try, haven't you? I mean, the other problem with this as well, you can see it's mobility-wise, it is an absolute dream for artillery. Absolute dream. If they drop one on top of you, you can see it.
They haven't got any in this game, luckily.
Trying to show. I mean, you can see that it's gone straight in. It's straight in. You think you're invincible. You've got to think you've got good armour, and it just goes through that frontal every single time.
Did you think you had good armour before you started this match?
It's like I say, sometimes you're better off going side as out. The spaced armour kind of helps. I mean, the AP shells, if you struggle to get through it, it's pretty impervious to the heat rounds. They just get wasted on its frontal plate. I mean, we're trying to get down its tractors. That's the weak place. You can see there, we just shot us there, is the tracks. If you go through that front track, not only do you track, you can also semi-pen you, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
We finally get a shot in there, but we're getting absolutely rinsed by the Centurion. Shot from side as well. You can see there that the shot from the side didn't pen.
Yes.
You see what I mean? Sometimes you're best off going outside. It's just strange.
I think that's a good tip though, though. Take your Hardcase out sideways.
We can't quite get down low enough, and there's a gun just even from that range manages to miss the tank altogether and shoot the floor. We're pretty much stuck here at this point, and if he just stopped where he were, he'd have been all right. So we try and track him. And he gets his track straight back up again.
Your team's pushing, so we're actually backing up.
Yeah, he's actually getting backed up, but we finally get one into him, but we're still getting rinsed. He's gone in again. You can see there, he's not struggling to pen me. He is not struggling to pen me at all. We've lost nearly all the hit points already.
It's your team that actually helped you.
And there we finally deflected a bit there. Is he going to have another go? try and get. But you see there, I'm trying to get sideds on. How many tanks do you know that it's best not being face on, being sideds on?
I always take mine sideds on.
It's like playing warships, like broadside this baby. Let's get this sideds on. It's a strange because any slight frontal showing of the hull, it just goes straight through. You said it's 120mm thick, which is not the thickest, but like you said, it's quite well angled. Yeah, and I don't remember the T10 being this easily penned on the front. I think that's just me being a bit overcritical.
I do remember struggling with T10s, but there you go. But as I can just correct you slightly, you do not go broadside out in your ships. It doesn't work.
There you go. So you can see that gun's okay on a T54, but we ain't got the fire rate. We've got a second extra on his reload compared to the 7 tanks.
It's a size of Tiger 2.
Yeah.
If you don't pen that, then you give up.
Yeah, basically. But we've managed to finish him off with it, and you haven't got the speed to push up anymore. We're pinned back. We've got the view range yet, but the concealment ratings are quite low as well, so we ain't got that going for us. We're not stealthing anywhere. It's hard. It's really hard to get the best out. I mean, I don't know. Somebody out there might absolutely love their Hardcase. For me, I don't enjoy it.
Can you drop us a line, please, if you like your Hardcase?
I don't. I really don't. And what really got me more than anything was this came out at the same time as the machine contract was still running.
Okay.
And you have to use the same tanks
to grind
through. Well, so you're going through the Russian heavies and the Russian mediums of this world constantly. This is, I think, the final grind on the Hardcase was 765,000 XP.
Wow.
Which was not too bad if you've got loads of tier 9s and 10s, which I have got them, but if you hadn't, if you got 3 or 4, it could take a while. It could take a long while, not longer than the actual grind for the machine. And this is a tier 9 heavy as well. It's just...
I asked you that question at the start, if you were watching this video, would you go out and say, I'm going to grind that model? Because it's awesome.
It's weird, because before, I was quite excited about the Hardcase. You know, looking at it, T10, I like the T10, one of my favourite Russian heavies. The gun on the T54, what's not to like about that? The old EAT-54, the gun, you know, everyone fires eating it because it's 330mm a pen. What's not to like? Loads of spaced armour, brilliant, let's see what we can do. And then you get in it and it's such a disappointment.
Are you saying it's good on paper?
Yeah, but you remember that T-54's nipping in and out and getting shots into your side and rear and popping back down, and you just can't do that in an Hardcase.
Yeah.
The Conquerors of this world are just going to wreck you, the tier 9.
I think you're going to play primarily in tier 9 and 10.
You're playing primarily tier 10.
You're primarily going to be playing in tier 10. Are you going to enjoy playing this in tier 10?
It's like I was saying before about the view range. You can't keep up with your team, so you're never spotting anything that's not already spotted because you're just struggling to keep up most of the time.
Yeah.
It's not getting up hills quick. It's just it's basically one of them tanks that just exists.
Yeah. Is it like playing a Churchill and a Black Prince that you're normally last killed because you can't keep up with the battle?
The biggest problem I've got is that I really detest playing slow tanks. They proper wind me up. The Black Prince playing that, the Churchill, it's not fun for me at all. I hate chugging along while the battles are going on around you and you just want to get there, I want to do something, so you just can't get there. And then when you do get there, if your team's dead or you kill whatever's in that blockade, and then they're gone and they leave you behind. And that happens the same again in the Hardcase. You can find yourself having a really good game of the Hardcase. You can get like 4 kills, 3,000 damage, and you're like, whoa, this is going really well. And then the team just go. And you're left behind, and then they finish off the last 7 tanks that are there, and you're still trying to keep up, and you just can't.
Have they left room for a buff?
I don't know what they buff. Like I said before, I don't know why it's got the 700 brake horsepower. It sounds a lot 700 brake horsepower, but this is an heavy tank. And not only is it an heavy tank, it's an heavy tank with all this, we've already said it before, all this shit welded to it.
Concrete
slabbed on the side. And it just, look, you get on the nail and it just stops.
Yeah.
It literally feels like you're not going anywhere.
Looks like they've been to Chernobyl and took some plate concrete off the dome. It's like,
I want to help this guy out. I want to help you out, Mr. Lycan. He's having a really good game as well, by the way. That Lycan has been fantastic.
Yeah.
But I just can't try and get that. I just saw a glimpse of that cupola.
I
just see a glimpse. You think, it's tantalising. And then we chug on a little bit more. We try and get a little bit more right. We just can't get the far. I am trying to help you, Mr. Lycan. I'm trying to get there, but it's taking a while.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about with this thing. It's saying if you have to get back to reset a cap, you're not doing it in this. You're not getting back.
Oh, here you go.
Finally get shot in. We finish him off. I mean,
he ninja him.
Yeah, ninja him.
Mr. Lycan's going to be screaming.
He's probably reloading anyway, to be fair to him. So we scrumped together somehow there, 4,000 damage.
Oh, you did well.
And it just felt like such a drag to pull that through.
You know, if when we platoon and you say, I'm going to take my hard case out, I'm going to say, no.
It's true. I mean, what you see with blocked 1800, if you can get it in that all down position, the 113 turret is pretty good. This turret's got, it's a tier 10 turret after all. See, the Lycan had a fantastic game.
Do you say, like, you know, when your matchmaking's going, do you say, I want Pilsen, or...
I never say that.
That's a small map.
No, I just never say that. Still I want Pilsen.
Pilsen.
Nobody wants Pilsen.
No, that's your favourite map, man.
You're hoping for, like, town maps, stuff like that, but like I say again, you just normally end up with tier 10 games. It's just a tier 10 fest, constant tier 10 fest. And that 290 mil a pen, you ain't penning IS7 lower plate. Face to face with tier 10, you've got to fire premium rounds. You just can't pen. He's only got to put a slight angle on and you're not going through.
No.
It's not happening.
It's a shame.
That's it. I mean, we're chugging again. Look, you see everyone chugging up here, big boys.
Oh, you're almost getting past.
I'm trying.
Oh, you're pushing. There's your power, man. Look, no, you've lost it. You've lost it.
We've lost it.
You didn't lose. What was that Tiger 2 there?
He could have been E75. What we've got going off here. I mean, we're in a platoon here. We've got Brett and his Conqueror, who's going to back us up, give us some assistance. Yeah, he's going to give us some assistance to see if we can. I mean, we spotted straight away there. Was no costume. And this hits. This hits. I do not like. It's not. Don't get used to that. That doesn't normally happen. That's not a trait of this. So I don't think you're going to drive around and hit things on move. I think I'd pull another one off.
Are we saying this is RNG heaven for you? This game?
It rolls nice. It does roll nice. I think we do manage to shoot him again, which is amazing. I can't believe they went in.
I know, but this is my point with slow, big, heavy tanks. You are platform slugging along. You should hit stuff on the move. You're not doing like 75.
Yeah, we're not bouncing up and down like in a batch out or something like that.
That's what I mean. You're steady, slow, heavy platform.
I mean, we've not seen it in these videos, but the traverse is not great. 27 degrees traverse. So if anything gets around you, it's very difficult to defend yourself. You just can't turn your turret, you can't turn the actual hull itself. It's very slow, so you rely on backup from your teammate. I can't quite put this into any kind of play style or bracket of how to play it.
Yeah.
It's basically what you've got is a slow heavy tank that's fairly armoured in certain areas but not others.
Yeah.
That has not got a very good gun unless you're firing premium. And then again, if you're coming up against stuff with spaced armour, then premium rounds are no good either. Just the heat rounds.
Yeah.
So then you're even more stuck.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I won't say how do you play an Hardcase. I'd like somebody to tell me because I've never got on top of it as such.
Did you lose interest in trying to?
Yeah, I did. It's not. Eventually, like we said before, the Mercenaries, they're not fun. Yeah. If they're not fun to play, there's no point to them.
Yeah.
They're not silver earners. They're not crew trainers because the crews are just mercenary crews anyway.
Yes.
They're not money earners, not XP earners. They just should be fun to play, and I'm just afraid the Hardcase just isn't.
Technically, they're play bait because they're trying to get you to play to earn something for free. You didn't put any gold in? Tell me you did not put any gold in.
I'm quite lucky about that. I was really annoyed with how disappointing, especially the timing of bringing it out at the exact same time the Hardcase came out with a machine, and the grinds were very similar with a similar tank, so you were constantly playing Russian heavies over and over again. It felt like over and over.
Are you saying you don't like Russian heavies?
I'm just sick of them now.
I was playing all of them.
Yeah. I just didn't enjoy it.
Realise at the end of this, I'm going to ask you again because you've not actually answered yet. That would you grind this if you hadn't? Well, I got nothing else to do. That's the only reason I did it. I weren't enthralled by it as such since I've got it. But before, I did like the look of it. I thought this could be good. I thought it could be fun. A politician, man. Just say, would you bother grinding it or not?
Again, if I knew what I know now, that's what you're asking me. If I knew what I knew now, probably I wouldn't be that interested. I'm still not
answered it, have you?
I'm a bit of a collector, so it's hard to say. I grind it out. They're even worse than this. If you know what I mean.
I'd vote for you in an election. Answer it.
We just haven't got the fire rate up. I mean, we're absorbing most of them shots.
Yeah.
If people are firing, willing to fire heat, which you get a lot of tier 10, it is quite handy because you do absorb a fair bit of them. But it's just
it's
so
a
annoying.
hard case, though, isn't it? Does the name suit the model?
annoying case should be more suited to it. And we've got no gun depression again there, which is a bit of a struggle. Oh, he got wrecked.
Why is he there at the back?
I'm going to take it here. Brett always moans about us never taking it from him. I'm going to take a Death Star shot from here. I know I'm going to get shot by this Death Star, but once he's shot me, I'm full health, so he's going to struggle to. If he's firing heat as well, I'm hoping he's going to hit me in one of my panels and absorb most of it. But he gets full pen.
Beautiful.
He gets full pen. But now he's done. He's finished.
Yeah, Brett's gone.
Brett's coming in now. He's waiting for me to take the hit. He's not got much health left, and we've finished off the Death Star.
Could have went round him, Brett. You went in front of his face, man.
What we got there last time, we're not going to get there in time. So 3,000 damage. We technically lost all the zip points, but in one shot.
Yeah, you took it for the team.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Briefly, round it up then. I'll give you 40 seconds from now. Briefly, round it up. Do it.
Don't go out of your way to grind this out. It's not fun to play. It just exists on the battlefield. It don't do much. It don't excite, and it's not particularly fun to play.
Would you put gold in it to skip stages?
No, don't waste gold.
No.
You'll just be wasting it. On paper, it looks good. It seems good. It should be good, but it isn't.
It's not good.
It might just be me. I just can't get any kind of performance out of it.
No, I value your honest opinion, Colours 05. You are a pro tank player. Well, you finished it, so you're pro. Anyway, people, thank you very much for watching, and laters.